Well, I guess on paper, you looked at that first couple of weeks and you've got Worcester and then Yorkshire away. They're about as tough as it's going to get in the Championship. You're sitting here now with a couple of wins in the other bank. I mean, how happy would you say you are with the first couple of weeks?
Oh, we're really pleased with the results that we've got. To bring the players and make the changes that we did in the summer, and to bed those players in, and half the squad is new in terms of the starting 15. So to play in the way that we have done and to get the 2 results is really pleasing. And it's credit to the whole squad. Everybody's worked hard. Not only have we had the Championship games, we've had the A games as well. The team has been performing well in that. So the squad is gelling very well, and there's a great attitude that's being shown.
Would you say the performances are what you expect at this stage of the season, or are there things that have surprised you?
Well, delighted to get the 2 wins, and I think that's the big part for us, is to get a foothold in the Championship. We want to be in the playoffs, so you've got to be winning matches early on, and it just gives everybody a bit of confidence. Look, there's a long way for us to go in terms of the way we're trying to play the game and what we have to improve on. The great thing is the players have got the open minds to be able to achieve that, and they're recognising how we can improve in the way that we're playing. But to start the season with 2 wins gives everybody real confidence, and that atmosphere at Ashton Gate was so special for the first game of the season, and helped by the fact that we were playing Worcester, our probably closest rivals, but just the way that the supporters got behind us made it a very special day. And we want to create as many of those days at Ashton Gate this year, because it's a great place to play rugby.
And I suppose, thinking about it before that match, there was no reason why it wasn't going to be a success, and the pitch and the surroundings are first rate, as we know. But when you see it succeed like that, it's not a weight off the shoulders, but it's okay, that's good, that's a great start.
It's a great start, and it's a great start for Stephen Lansdowne, for Bristol Sport, for the whole of the Bristol Rugby management, and the work of the commercial side. And everybody then looks forward to the next occasion. When I've seen some of the crowds that have been supporting other teams in the Premiership, and you're seeing crowds of under 5,000 and sort of below 3,000, you're looking at this going, how can it be sustainable in terms of business? And it must be disappointing to play in front of that crowd. And when we have sub 5,000 all the time, people, so more than 5,000 come to join and watch the games, it gets really exciting for the players.
Okay. Last season we probably talked more about defence than you would have liked. You must be happy with what you've seen from that side of the team's game in the first couple of matches.
A major step up in our performances, and it's great to see the learning that's taken place, the understanding that is really there throughout the whole of the squad. We conceded a cheap score at the weekend, and that came from a turnover. But on the whole, we've been defending very, very well.
And is that a change of emphasis? Anything you've done on the training ground to bring that about?
I think we saw it at the end of last season. Right at the end of the season, our defence really improved, and that has been come through the training. And in the start of the season, it really comes down to understanding of the defensive system. Everybody really fully understanding the roles and 100% buying into it, and that's what we now have with the players that have been brought in, but also through the learning of the players that were here last year.
The injury list hasn't been that bad at the start of the season. Any prospect of those that are missing coming back in the next week or two?
Well, we're very hopeful for the guys that have been on the injury list to come through. Nick Costa's probably the closest at the moment, so we're expecting to see him against Gloucester in the A game, so that'll be important for him. Other guys, they're probably 2-3 weeks away, but we're getting closer, and I'm expecting to have a fully fit squad by November.
And the roster, obviously having to miss out on the opening day, got onto the bench last week. He seems to be close to a start in terms of his fitness.
Ross will be close this weekend, and he was on the bench last week. We didn't make many changes off the bench, so he has frustration. But I'd think that he'll have a part to play this weekend.
Cornish Pirates, as we know, caused you a few problems last season. Is that something in the back of your mind?
Cornish Pirates, they're a useful side. and they haven't had a great start to the season. And I think what's important for us is to put them away early. So we don't want to give them any hope about coming to Ashton Gate and getting a result. You're right, away from Bristol, they did beat us twice, but we're not looking at that. The key aim is to focus on ourselves and how we're trying to play the game and building up on what we're on our performances.
And in terms of, you've had a couple of matches, obviously very tight matches against bigger teams. Are you targeting a bonus point win, getting your first one of those of the season, having got so many last time round?
Well, bonus points were an important part of last year, and it's something that we will be talking about and have talked about, that it is important to be able to secure bonus points once you get once you've scored 2-3 tries, to then be pushing forward to achieve that. You've got to be accurate in the opposition's half to achieve that, and you've got to take the chances. If you look at last week, we probably had 4 or 5 chances to score on top of the 2 tries that we did score. So it's a theme for us that we want to be achieving bonus points, try bonus points, and we'll be striving to go and achieve that. But we did that against Worcester, and we did that against Leeds. We pushed for that, but we weren't good enough to achieve it. So in every game that we go into play, we want to be able to get a try bonus point.